Oh, they're up here wishing Trump was the king, I think.
Oh my goodness, what the idiots, huh?
No, they want Trump to be the king, I thought. How can Donald Trump become a king?
Dude, you've asked that question like 300 fucking times.
I can't get an answer.
Quit trolling. Keep it moving. You're so fucking stupid. If you can't figure it out by now, dude, that's on you.
So Congress can make him a king?
Dude.
How? How is it possible? That's right, but how is Trump going to become a king? How is that possible? Donald Trump 2028. Donald Trump 2028. Woo! Trump for king. We're down here at the Capitol today, raising awareness for King Trump. We're here with WSU 88.1 FM. We're here celebrating Donald Trump. I agree. Hey, we agree. Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Coast Guard, National Guard. Hey, let's give it up for the National Guard today. Hey, how you doing?
Doing all right.
Good. Oh, you ain't gonna pick up that flag? No. Come on, man. I wouldn't either. I'm not either. I don't blame you. Oh, here she comes. There she comes.
What are you doing, sweetheart?
That's great of you to do that. Thank you. Oh, I saw you in LA last week.
The hell you did?
Did I see you in Chicago?
No, honey, I'm West Virginia.
Have you been to Denver? All right.
Come on up here. Get yourself a snack and some water.
I'll come back for the water. Thank you. Sean, get on YouTube, dude. What do you think?
I think it's great. What do you think?
I think, how is Trump going to be a king? Exactly. How could Trump be the king?
So you're looking kind of for a literal application of no kings kind of concept?
So you guys are no kings all across the country.
Yeah.
No kings protest, which is saying we don't want Donald Trump to be the king.
Yeah. Why is that? Why is that a bad thing?
How could he become a king?
Well, that's not the point.
All
We
right.
don't want him to be the king.
All right.
How's that?
That's good. That's good.
Okay.
So we don't want a king either. Nobody wants a king.
Okay, then you're with us then.
Well, to a certain extent. I'm not with the LGBs and the Mexican immigrants and I'm with getting the illegal immigrants out of the country. And that's where all this is starting from. That's why they come with the Mexican flags, the trans flag. It's not even the pride flag anymore. It's just the trans flag. So I don't believe.
What's your basis on not liking the immigrants here?
Well, they take black jobs. Right.
That's not true.
That's true.
There's no data to support that.
So
whatsoever.
okay, here's a question. Most of the immigrants live in suburban areas.
That's not true.
Most of the immigrants live in nice luxury homes.
That's not true.
Okay, so where do most of the immigrants live? In big cities or rural areas?
They live all over the place.
Okay, but if you had to pick a rural area for the immigrants or a big city, would you say they mostly line up in a big city or a rural area?
I think it's just spread across the board.
All right, I would say
you can't generalize a whole sector of people like that.
So
and that's the problem that we have here is that we have people wanting to put them into a box.
When we talk,
and they clearly define the box as predators and rapists and murderers.
Are there black jobs in the United States?
Of course.
Okay, and are black jobs mostly in the bigger cities?
I don't know. I don't know what the data is on that. You tell me.
I'd say most of the black jobs are in the city.
Do you have any data that you can quote?
Okay, so if you think about it.
I do think about it.
And you think most of the alcohol stores, mom and pop shops, you think hood, you think ghetto. You know what I mean? You're like,
no, I don't.
All right, that's what I'm saying. We got two different, you know. I don't know if we can make it.
I think of hair salons. I think
barbershops, hair salons, right in the hood, right?
I think of car washes. I think of all kinds.
That's in the hood. That's the black. That's in the black businesses.
Okay. You want to go to the hood here? You want to look at the black businesses in the hood?
In the hood. That's right. So we got black businesses in the hood, and mostly the immigrants are hanging out with the minorities. That's pretty much the Democrats. Democrats are mostly...
Who says this? I have a lot of Latino friends.
Okay, and most of them are Democrats?
Don't know.
Mostly.
Most of them, we don't
I mean, you can tell truth. Most of the minorities in the past...
Why do you think that is?
They always have questions for people they don't want to believe. Why are you going to ask questions to somebody that you don't believe? Most of the minorities in the past.
Well, you've asked me a couple questions now. Why do you think that is?
Why do I think the minorities are mostly Democrat?
Yeah.
I think they have been brought in, like a lot of them talked about leaving the plantation, the Democrat plantation. They're like, oh, was supposed to get this. The Democrats have been saying they're going to do this and this and this. It's been a lot of empty promises from the Democrats to the blacks. So the blacks,
Democrats.
Yeah, the Democrats to the blacks, it's been a lot of empty promises.
So the Republicans had nothing to do with that?
The Republicans might have thrown some empty promises at them. Sure, might.
Okay,
see, I come with it.
Can I make an observation here?
Sure.
See, when you say something like that, that tells me of your actual bias. Because when you say that the Democrats have
that's what we're talking about.
Empty promises.
We're talking about the Democrats.
I'm just making an observation.
Yeah, your observation wasn't right. The Democrats.
No, because you're making an assumption that the yeah, sure, the Republicans did, but the Democrats did too.
Yeah, the Democrats. We're talking about the blacks and the minorities in the Democrat Party.
Yeah.
Which mostly the Democrat Party was relying on the black vote, right? The Democrats relied on the black vote, right?
Probably, yeah.
Probably, they did. So whenever the blacks left the Democrats in 2021, 2022,
the blacks.
They left the Democrat Party. They got off the Democrat plantation was the trend.
Okay, yeah. You got any data on that?
Yeah, just go up and look on just like I said, the internet.
I'll go look. Just
get on X. Get on X. Get on YouTube and type in
Well, tell
black.
me specifically, because I mean that's a third-party thing. I mean, are you talking about economic data? Are you what kind of data are you talking about? Because I mean, you can find anything you want on X or YouTube.
This is how they get you, boys. Look at this guy.
This is, the logic is how we get you.
Yeah,
Actually,
logic.
I'm proud to say that.
Yeah, logic.
Because logic and data, brother. Because you can make all kinds of assumptions you want to, all along about anything, and everything.
They could.
I mean, I could assume that you're one of us, but obviously you're not.
Obviously.
So you know, how would I know that you're not one of us, other than standing here talking to me? And
that's right. How would they know?
Same thing with data, brother.
Yeah. How would you know?
Exactly. You can make all kinds. That's just like Trump claiming they're eating dogs and cats.
Mm-hmm. And then we got proof of it, and then it was like,
we didn't
well,
have proof of it either. That's
sure
all
they did.
bullshit, brother.
I don't know.
That's all bullshit. It's all
just depends on who you listen to, right?
No, it isn't all who you listen to.
Well, I heard they
when
did.
You listen to the authorities and the people who are actually there in that town, there was no dogs or cats getting eaten.
But the authorities
are foolish enough to believe.
Also, the authorities said they weren't taking over all those compartment buildings, but they actually were. And it took about 3 weeks to finally break the story. And it finally did break.
See, here's the thing. You make all kinds of assumptions, and people like you just follow the rhetoric and the bullshit that Trump and the GOP put down on for you. When I come to an argument or a debate or a conversation like this, see,
I'm not listening to you, dude. You're
not.
full of shit.
I know, that's the thing. You're not going to listen to me.
No, you ain't got data. You don't got data.
I do too.
No, you ain't got data.
I do.
Then how many blacks live in the ghetto compared to the rural area? Oh, you don't know that data. Yeah.
No, I don't.
I know you don't know, but you could assume that most of the blacks do live in the big city.
I don't sit here and argue bullshit concepts without data to back me up.
All right. So does the data show that blacks more than likely are in a big city or a rural area?
Why does it matter?
Black jobs, man. Where we came from, our first point of our conversation, the black jobs.
No, we were talking about illegal immigrants.
Illegal immigrants taking the black jobs. Illegal immigrants taking the black jobs. Yeah. How did the illegal immigrants take the black jobs? Well, they moved in. Democrats moved them into the hood. They gave them money. They said, "Here you go," and then they let them, like I said, they own the stores. There's so many of them that they come in and they might work hard. The immigrants work hard, don't they? So they might work harder than the black Americans. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't agree.
The black Americans work harder than the immigrants.
I only know.
But Ken, you have data. You have data to prove that.
Well,
how can you think that? How can you think that if you don't have any data?
I don't base an opinion off just somebody else's
So how does your
opinion,
data? How is your opinion that blacks are more in the ghetto?
What's that? They were yelling. Yeah.
Yeah. Get somebody interesting to talk to. Like this one right here. ACLU, baby. Yes, sir.
Excuse me. You're in my way. I'm doing art. Excuse me.
On the sidewalk?
Excuse me. Thank you.
Can I take a picture? I love that shit.
Sure. I'm just asking this gentleman in my way because I'm drawing.
Oh,
Excuse me, I have the right to protest.
sure.
Constitutionally.
And so do I.
You can get out of my way, please.
Hold on, I'm checking out your.
I have a constitutional right.
I'm checking out your artwork.
So I need you to get out of my space. There's plenty of space for you here, but this ain't the space.
Hey, can you draw an arrow? Can you draw an arrow? Can you draw an arrow from that Nazi sign straight to me?
I did.
Please got bicycle parking here. So people feel like bicycle.
Are you a person of faith? Are you a person of faith?
I'm a person of color.
Are you a person of faith?
I love Jesus.
Do you?
Yeah.
You should start acting like it.
America first. America first.
That sounds like a white Christian racist nationalist to me.
That's what the American flag stands for.
Jesus. Do you know Jesus was a person of color? Do you know Jesus was a Palestinian? Do you know Jesus was, I'll tell you this, Jesus was a Palestinian.
You know Trump's helping feed people in Gaza?
Do you know that Jesus was a brown Middle Eastern mystic that was homeless? Do you know Jesus fed the poor? So if you claim to be a person of faith, time to start acting like it and time to start voting for it.
You know who...
I'm looking right in your face.
There you go. You know Jesus is against Israel right now. Just like me and you.
I'm glad you're here myself.
I'm glad I'm here too. I wouldn't have missed this for nothing.
Jesus hopefully will cover you in your ignorance. I just say, you heard what I said though, right? No, I didn't. Okay.
All he could do was hear yelling.
I wasn't yelling, I was preaching, you're good. He just needed to know. And now he knows. Now he knows. It's a good job.